South Korea, a country where plastic surgery is a common graduation gift, where studying 15 hours a day is just part of the routine. This is a place of surprising contrasts, where glitz and glamour hide some of the most challenging and intriguing realities of the modern world. After World War II, Korea finally gained its independence from Japan in 1945. In 1948, the UN recognized the Republic of Korea as the legitimate government of the Korean Peninsula. But the northern part of the peninsula, under the influence of the Soviet Union, refused to participate in the general elections, leading to the formation of two separate Koreas. The Korean War, which lasted from 1950 to 1953, resulted in an armistice but left the two nations in a state of permanent tension. While North Korea embraced communism, South Korea transformed into a democratic republic. South Korea managed to transform from one of the poorest countries after World War II into an Asian economic powerhouse. This economic miracle is often referred to as the miracle on the Han River. With a GDP that reached $1.674 trillion and a per capita GDP of $32,422 at the end of 2022, South Korea has become a remarkable example of rapid and successful development. But this success has come at a significant cost. The frenetic pace of development has brought with it a series of social and economic challenges. The pressure to succeed is intense, starting early in school life and extending into the highly competitive work environment. These stories of success and sacrifice are just the beginning of understanding the complexity of South Korean society. Education in Korea. South Korea's education system is known for its intense competitiveness. Students face enormous pressure to succeed academically from a very young age. The school day does not end with the ringing of the bell. In fact, it's just the beginning. After regular classes, many students attend hagwons, the famous cram schools, where they study late into the night to prepare for the dreaded Sunyoung, the National University Entrance Exam. This constant pressure to excel academically has a significant impact on students' mental health. Bullying in schools is another serious problem in South Korea. Bullying is often driven by physical appearance or academic performance. If a student does not fit beauty standards or has low grades, they become an easy target. This torment is not limited to students. Teachers also suffer from pressure. In extreme cases, the situation can lead individuals to take drastic actions, as happened with a young teacher who ended her life after being bombarded with messages and calls from dissatisfied parents. To combat these issues, new laws have been introduced to protect both students and teachers, but there is still a long way to go. The other side of K-pop. The K-pop industry is world famous for its glitz and glamour, but also hides a dark side. K-pop idols undergo rigorous and often inhumane training before debuting. These trainees face extreme diets, exhausting training routines, and are often pressured to undergo plastic surgery to meet South Korea's strict beauty standards. The life of an idol is extremely competitive and filled with expectations from fans and the industry, which can lead to serious mental health issues, including depression. Additionally, idols have to deal with obsessive fans known as saesiengs, who often invade their privacy in disturbing ways. These extremist fans do not hesitate to stalk their idols, even going as far as breaking into hotel rooms and installing hidden cameras. While K-pop and K-dramas continue to paint a glamorous picture of South Korea, the reality is much more complex. Social and educational pressures, school bullying, and the extreme sacrifices required of K-pop idols are just some of the issues the country faces. K-dramas are known for their captivating narratives and charming characters, often portraying glamorous love stories and lives full of luxury. But the reality in South Korea is quite different from what we see on screen. The routine of Koreans is marked by constant pressure to meet high standards of success. While dramas show romances between common people and chaebols, heirs of large conglomerates, in reality, the upper classes rarely interact outside of their social circles. Moreover, students, often overwhelmed by their studies, have little time for the idealized romances we see in the series. The extreme focus on appearance in the country. The culture of plastic surgery is another controversial aspect of South Korea. The country is known as the plastic surgery capital of the world, with procedures like rhinoplasty, liposuction, and eyelid surgery being extremely popular. This obsession with appearance is driven by the phenomenon of lookism, where physical appearance is seen as a crucial factor for professional and social success. It is common for parents to give their children plastic surgery as a graduation gift. Even office workers undergo quick procedures during their lunch breaks. Recently, the government has tried to combat this culture with blind hiring laws that prohibit companies from requesting photos in job applications and asking inappropriate questions about candidates' appearance. The corporate culture in South Korea is also notoriously intense. Besides the pressure to perform well at work, employees are often required to participate in company dinners, known as hosik, where alcohol consumption is almost mandatory. These events are seen as a way to strengthen bonds between colleagues and superiors, but can be extremely exhausting. Refusing to participate may be considered a greater offense than missing a day of work. When you get to know this side of Korea, it becomes clearer that all its beauty is maintained with great sacrifice and performance beyond the norm. Let me know what your impression was. I'll be reading them all. I'm leaving other cases like these on your screen for you to continue your immersion in other curiosities.